Alycats, any viewers. So today I'm not talking about video games. I know, shocker, but I've been trying to make these videos that let you get to know me a little bit better, and I've shown you my TV obsessions, and now I'm going to show you my top 5 favorite books. And you may not know this, but I love to read, and I have well over probably 500 books. I know, crazy. I'm a bookworm. I've loved reading ever since I was a child. I actually could read a full-size children's book when I was 5 years old, which is insane, and I understood what every word meant. So let's just get on with the show. But my number 5 book is The Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick, and I love the movie. Okay, the movie is like my second favorite movie of all time, and the book is great. It's really different from the movie. There is a lot of football talk in this book, though. I'm not a huge football fan, but I mean, I love the book. It ties into the narrative really well because the main character, Pat Peoples, in here, he's obsessed with football, and so is his family. And it's just basically about his journey from being released from a mental institution, I guess you'd call it, and then he learns his ex-wife has moved on and married the history teacher at his school that he used to work at, but he's fired from now. It just goes on, and it tells about his friendship with Tiffany, this girl who lost her husband, and in some ways it's very similar to the movie, but most of it is very different. The ending's different, and this can be a tough book to read because it does talk a lot about mental illness, but that's what intrigues me so much about the book, because since I suffer from mental illness, I like to read about mental illness, which is kind of crazy, I know. But if you have not read The Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick, pick it up if you like books about mental illness. If you enjoy football, you'll probably like to read about the football segments because there's a lot of them in here. Or if you just like quirky books, definitely check this book out. My number 4 favorite book is Hatless by Jennifer Brown. This is her debut novel, but she's written several novels after this, and she's one of my favorite authors because she always writes about topics that are considered taboo to write about. And Hate List is about a girl whose boyfriend, they created this hate list, and it's about everybody that bullied them at school. And one day her boyfriend goes and shoots a lot of people in the school, kills several, and he kills himself. And it's just about the aftermath of what happened, how people view her, even though she really didn't have anything to do with the shooting. She didn't know her boyfriend was going to do that. But it's just the aftermath, how she's treated and what she feels and how she lives day by day after this horrific event has happened. And I've read this several times. I love it. And it also has little newspaper excerpts in it, which can't find one right now. Okay, like this. It just has little newspaper excerpts detailing the crime. It does get a little too into the crime sometimes, so if you're squeamish, you might not want to read this, but it's a very affecting novel. It's so good, and you will feel for this girl, and you'll just be like, why did he do that? And it just delves into the psychological effects of bullying, and all of her books are great. Hateless is probably my favorite, but definitely check it out. And as you know, there's a lot of YA books I'm showing. I love YA books. I mean, I read just regular fiction, but YA, for some reason, just sticks with me better. And my number 3 book is Deb Colletti's Honey Baby Sweetheart. She's another one of my favorite authors, but this book is probably my favorite of her so far. And it was a National Book Award finalist. And it's about a girl who dates this bad boy, so her mom wants her to join this book club she's in, which the book club is full of older ladies, like elderly ladies. And at first she's like, I don't really want to do this. I want to hang out with Trevor, my bad boyfriend. No, Travis, sorry, not Trevor. But then she finally starts to enjoy the book club, and then they decide to go on this road trip to reunite one of the older women with this author that is actually her long-lost lover. So basically the whole book's about this road trip, but it also delves into her past relationship with the bad boy, how she got involved with the book club, and it's funny, but I also cried. I cry every time I read this during one part, it's so sad, but it's so funny, and it's just so heartwarming. It's one of the best books that Deb Clitty has written, and one of the best romance or just YA books in general, and it's just really touching and heartwarming. Okay, my number 2 favorite book is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, which I'm not really a fan of John Green, I'm going to admit that, but I love The Fault in Our Stars. And it's about a girl who goes to this support group because she has cancer. And she meets this guy, Augustus Waters, and he has cancer too. And this girl has terminal cancer, Augustus doesn't. And she doesn't want to fall in love with him, but he wants her to. So they actually do eventually fall in love, but then they learn terrible news. And they just share their passion about video games. They go on a trip to Amsterdam, and they talk about their favorite author. I know it sounds kind of chintzy or boring or whatever, but it's really affecting. They're making this into a movie. It's a beautiful book. It's sad. It's funny. So compelling. And you don't really... there's not a lot of books that deal with the topic of cancer in such a lighthearted but yet serious way. And it's perfect. The characters are nerdy, which I totally just agree with, and it's a mind-blowing novel. If you haven't read it, definitely pick it up because it will change your view about reading. It's a super fast read. I know it's kind of big, but you go through it so fast because it's such a good book. And it's one of the most important books I've ever read because it really makes you think, and it makes you question life and what you do with it. And my favorite book of all time is actually not a YA novel. It's Where the Heart Is by Billy Letts. And if you've seen my top 10 favorite movies, you know that Where the Heart is my favorite movie. It's also my favorite book. And Where the Heart is about this young woman named Nova Lee. She gets ditched by her boyfriend at Walmart, and she's pregnant, so she has to live in Walmart. And she gives birth to her baby in Walmart. And the story is just about how the people in this town care for her. They take care of her after she has her baby. They take care of her, help her take care of her baby. And she starts her career in photojournalism. And it's just the trials and tribulations of her life. She falls in love. It also flashes back to where her ex-boyfriend is now. And it's super affecting. It's super touching. I've watched the movie so many times. I've read this 3 times. And I just can't get enough of it. It's just so good. And I love Billy Letts' books, but this is the best one, trust me. And it's just such a weird book topic. I mean, a woman gives birth in Walmart. That's just so weird, but it's so compelling and interesting. Anyone could read this novel. It's not just a chick flick. And everyone can get a message from this about love and about betrayal and about being a parent. And it's just such a beautiful book, and Billy Letts always knows how to encapsulate Southern culture in her books perfectly. She doesn't make it a mockery of the Southern states or Southern region of the United States. She always shows pride in it, and I applaud her for that, and this is definitely a book to pick up. And Oprah loves it. Oprah's Book Club. If that doesn't tell you something, then I don't know what else is telling you, because Oprah Winfrey likes this book. So those are my top favorite books, and I hope this just kind of lets you into my life a little bit more. It might not be super interesting if you don't read, but I mean, I am a huge reader, and I didn't know if y'all knew that, but I am, and like I said, I have probably over 500 books, and I love it. It takes you to another world, and I don't have as much time now to read as I would like, but I still try to read as much as possible. And right now, I'm currently reading How to Love by Katie Katungo and Under the Dome by Stephen King. And I love both of those books, but those are my top 5 favorites I just showed you. And I hope this gave you a little bit more insight into my life. And if you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe for more epic videos of epic geekiness. I'll probably do another video soon about video games, but you know, it's nice to take a little diversion away from video games every once in a while. Comment, let me know what your favorite books are, if you like to read, and favorites so your friends and family can see. I love each and every one of you. Peace and kisses.